Nasilsiniz bakalim. Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. You might know me as Kanadalı Türk, aka Nükhet Hanım on Instagram and TikTok. And now you can find me in my kitchen right here on YouTube. For my first YouTube video, I wanted to do something special for all of you. So today we are going to do the second most requested recipe from my Instagram. And this is a special recipe in our family and very well known in North Cyprus. And today we're going to be making Zeytinli, Hellimli, Bulla, which is a black olive and Halloumi loaf or a boule. For the Bulla bread, you'll need all-purpose flour, salt, instant dry yeast, warm water, halloumi chopped, a medium onion, parsley, mint, black olive, and olive oil. For specific quantities, please refer to the description below. Traditionally, the bulla is made with black olives with the seeds left in, believe it or not. This is very common in the village that my husband's from, which is Bafos, from Buff, and they still to this day, my sister-in-laws will make this bread with the seeds left in. But to save you on dental costs, we're going to make it with the seeds out. Next, let's move on to the hellim. Let's make our zeytinli hellimli bulla. We're going to add our flour and our salt and sift that into the bowl. We're going to add our quick rise instant yeast, and we're going to pour that directly right into our sifted flour and salt. And using a whisk, we're going to give that a good stir and mix that yeast in. Perfect. Okay, we're now ready to knead our bulla. We can now use a mixer to make our bulla. No need to use your hands, unless of course you don't have a mixer, and then you'll need to knead all your ingredients in your mixing bowl. So here I have our sifted flour and salt, and we've added in our yeast, and we're going to use our kneading hook. And we're going to start slowly adding our warm water to this mixture. You want your water to be about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. I just use my finger and give it a touch. It's not too hot and it's not cold. It's the perfect temperature. And we're going to slowly mixing that in. We'll let that mix for a couple of minutes. The first ingredients we're going to add to our shaggy dough now is our dried mint and our dried parsley. Now traditionally, bread is made with cilantro in Cyprus. Cilantro is not also very commonly found in Canada. A lot of people don't actually like its taste or aroma. So I am going to substitute with a half a cup of dried parsley and a half a cup of dried mint. And here we go, adding that in. I'm going to add from the driest to the wettest because I don't want my ingredients to get too smashed. I want it to keep its shape if possible. Now I'm going to add our onions. Going to need for about a minute in between each ingredient, and for a total of about 6 to 8 minutes you'll need to knead your bread. Okay, and now we're going to add our pitted olives. And along with the olives, I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of high quality olive oil. This is an olive bread at the end of the day, so we do want to have that nice olivey flavor. And finally, our last ingredient are chopped halloumi, and as you can see, they're nice big chunks. So try not to find a softer halloumi or a hellim because you don't want it to disintegrate in your bread. That's really important when choosing your hellim. Okay, now that our dough is all mixed, we'll remove it from the mixer and we'll bring it over here. And as you can see, I've had a glass bowl over here, and that's just so it doesn't stick. And we'll just set around, and we'll turn our aromatic dough here into our bowl. As I mentioned, you might want to put some oil on your hands too because the dough is pretty sticky. And we're now just going to take this and just turn it over a couple of times, and then we'll leave it to rise. It's kind of a messy job, but it'll be worth it at the end. And we're going to cover this with a tea towel, and you'll put it in a warm place for an hour. Meanwhile, preheat your oven to with a Dutch oven inside for at least 20 minutes. After the first rise, punch the dough to release the air bubbles and shape it into a round loaf. Then, place it on a parchment paper. Our bread is finished at second rise, so we're now going to open our bread. Wow, look at that, guys. It smells so good. And we're now going to take the parchment paper and we're going to put it onto our double stack baking trays that are already heated up in our oven. So now we're going to open up our oven here, and the double tray is going to mimic a Dutch oven, so it'll be able to retain its heat better and give us a nice crispier loaf and not burn the bottom of it. The important part when making our boule or bulla is to create steam in our oven. So now that we've placed the bulla onto our baking sheet, we're going to quickly add the water to our heated tray on the bottom, and you want to immediately close the oven before the steam escapes. You'll know when your bulla is ready, when you've got a nice golden crust and you've got a nice shallow knocking sound. You'll know that your bread is ready. We're going to transfer it to a wire rack and we're going to let that cool. After about 30 minutes and your bread has cooled, you can now cut into your Hellimli Zeytinli bulla. And that's how you make Zeytinli Hellimli Bulla. I hope you guys enjoyed the recipe and that you'll try it at home. You'll be able to find many recipes like this one in my new upcoming cookbook. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.